Hi, this is Victor, and I'm here with Liron Mandelbaum from Aviv Learning, and we're going to talk about this educational game. Now, one thing about video games and learning is that a lot of lip service has been played throughout the years, but we don't really get to see a lot of really educational-based games. Why don't you tell us about your game?
Yeah, it's something I've been thinking about for many years as a gamer myself. And it's a shame, like there's a time where there seemed to be a growth in educational games, and then there was a drought, and definitely what I've noticed is a lot of games don't tackle what really makes kids nervous, which is these standardized exams.
Right, so you cover history and math, especially algebra. Is that a big...
Starting out with the Regents, the Common Core exams for English and Algebra 1. That's where I think there's a lot of need. You know, unfortunately, it's Algebra 1 is where kids decide where they hate math or they're not math people, and that's a shame. So I'm trying to leverage all the best tricks we have from the video game world to try to get people a little bit more addicted to learning and getting better to drilling with the problems. So when they see these exams, they're much, much better prepared.
Now, how do these games engage the kids?
What I use is story, so narrative. So every game, puts you in an executive position. For example, for vocabulary, you're a mayor. For the algebra, you're a CEO of a company. So you're making yes or no decisions. The decisions are simple, but with varying repercussions. Every gameplay is random. The narrative is driven by some probability in your decisions. So it's nice and exciting every time. And there's a little bit of silliness. And for example, in the mayor game, you can unlock and unleash a wave of zombies on your city, which is okay, because they're also citizens, and now you have to deal with them. And along the way, you'll learn vocabulary, because each one of these factions of your city will talk to you and describe their needs in ever more complex words. The game also, if it sees you struggling with a word or a math concept, gives you easier problem, gives you different context, and tries to adapt to the student. So they're always in flow, they're never struggling, and it's okay to fail in the game, of course. So if they fail, it's okay. They can start out and have a head start if they learn something.
Right, so it's not just facts or learning these figures or anything like that. You're actually engaging in gameplay along the way.
Exactly, a narrative-driven gameplay that's different every time.
And where can people play this game?
So in September, we're going to launch an iOS and Android, and we'll also have an HTML5, a web version of the game as well, simultaneously.
And how old is your company?
We just started in April.
So this is your first game?
Yeah, these are the first games I'm making. In my prior history, I worked in marketing, and I made games for selling. So I'm trying to leverage that knowledge and actually do some good for the world with some educational games, leveraging that knowledge. And I'm coding it all myself using Unity, which is great because it allows me to be on all these platforms simultaneously.
Great, thank you so much, Liron.
Absolutely.
All right, and just have a website or people can find out more about your game?
AvivLearning.com.
Thank you.